Hello, this is gaelenfade, and welcome to another episode of Building an Epic City for Grand Ages Rome. Today we're looking at Pompeii. I've done this city a little bit differently. I've tried to make it almost like a New Englandy feel during autumn. I've put in a lot of colored trees and everything, so this way, again, a lot of reds and golds and oranges, really giving it that nice turn of the color of the leaves. And I've put a lot of trees in, again, giving it that feel of everything's kind of hidden behind the trees, like you're in that New Englandy hilly area. But again, Pompeii turned out quite large. It's a very nice city, as you can see here. We'll do a quick flyby, and then we'll start looking at some views. I've did a lot of things on this city. I have multiple builds going up. I've also done multi-tiering as I've gone up, so this way you get multiple levels of perspective when you look across the actual cityscape. Let's go ahead and pan up so you can see a little bit of the road design there. And there's my roads just going all around the city. They go here, they go through the forum. But again, plenty of road systems and everything else. Let's take a look at the housing situation. As you can see here, I've got all my rich in the front near the coast, and I've got that one small area back here by the crappy land, which is the hood, where nobody would probably want to live back there. Let's take a look at the forum. We'll go ahead and zoom in on that. Here's our forum. This was the center of political and religious life in Rome, so I've got all my religious temples on one side and all my state buildings on the other. The courthouse, the Senate, and of course the military academy, all on that side. I've also put the victory column in there, as you can see there. The city, again, is very big. Let's take a look at to really give you an idea of how big it is. We'll go ahead and go out the coast here, and then I'll hit the employment button, which tends to light up most of the buildings. So as you can see here, we've gone up through multi-tiers when we're building. This really makes it easier to see what I was doing. We've got one plane here, second, third, and fourth, really giving the illusion that we're walking up the hill. So when you look at this view, you get that really epic sight again of how it just seems to go up and up and up and up. We've got our Colosseum back there, as you can see. That is viewable because I've also elevated that. It's not as high as the other stuff right now, but I didn't want it to be. The whole point of the Colosseum is you still see it as you move around. You see how it's hidden behind buildings and the tip of it comes out just a little. That really gives you that added realism. It's high enough to see, but blocked a little bit like it really would have been in another city. We can also see our victory column here, as well as our Senate and everything else. And I even put the Pantheon up nice and high so you could see that as well. So what I've done with my cities that I tend to do a lot to give it a look of realism, I tend to go hills and valleys. You see how I start high here, then a little low, then a little high, then a little low, then a little high, then a little, yeah, it just keeps going in and out. And what that does is really give you that beautiful multi-layered cityscape that a lot of people are looking for, because you see how it goes up the hills and the mountains. And now this city again is quite big, so you really couldn't get a look at it even when I had the green on right there because it goes so far back. Let's take a look. As you can see, a very, very large city going in here. This is actually one of my favorite views that we'll come back to in a second. You see how there's a road right here, but I've lined the road with fall trees, so it almost seems that the houses are kind of hiding back in the mountain there as the trees just go up and follow the lay of the land. You got these other houses just sitting there. Let's go ahead and pan back up one more time so you can see all the green. It gives you really a total number of what's going on here. Again, you can see it's a quite large city. Alright, let's get off that and we'll start going in for some views. Let's start at the forum, basic area that everybody tends to like. If I can get it here, I hope I don't crash. I built this city very large. Very, very large. It might actually crash in a second here. I'm getting some slowdown, which usually doesn't happen. I'm quite surprised. Usually it just crashes. It just doesn't go slow like this. Alright, well, just give me a minute and I'll be right back.